students. I know this is not the time for sending any video, but from the morning I had a very hectic schedule, so very sorry. Anyways, in my last class I have started lesson 2, latitude, longitude and time. In this lesson we were supposed to learn about, read or have gained knowledge about globe, parallels of latitude, meridians of longitude, heat zones of the earth and longitude and time. In my last class I have stated you or explained what is globe. Okay, so what is globe? Globe হচ্ছে একটা মডেল অফ দ্য আর্থ যেটা মুভ করা যায়, দুটো পয়েন্টের উপরে একটা বল সেট করা থাকে. It looks exactly like the earth when earth is visualized from the space. Okay, এতে কালার করা থাকে, names of the countries are there, oceans are there. So if we follow up the globe, it's very obvious that we will be able to follow up the movement of the earth. Okay, and there are basically two poles, south pole and north pole, and the parallels and meridians on the globes are called geographic coordinates. Understood? These geographic coordinates we will go through much more extremely or elaborately in lesson number 4. I have also pointed out what are the uses of globe, how are the globes, where are the globes uses. Globe is a globe is the representation and true axis and shape of the earth. Shape, size, direction, location, distance are accurately shown on the globe. Lines of latitudes and longitudes are there in the globe. Equator is there in the middle of the globe. You will find out 0 degree, straight line, equator, and meridians and semicircles. I have also pointed out what is axis. Axis is an imaginary line on which the earth is moving. পৃথিবী যে ঘুরছে, এই যে পৃথিবীটা তো সোজা নয়, পৃথিবীটা এরকম ব্যাকা, আর লাইট টিল্টেড মানে একটু ব্যাকা, এই অ্যাঙ্গেলেই কিন্তু পৃথিবীটা ঘুরছে। এরমভাবে কিন্তু পৃথিবী ঘুরছে না। আমি এর আগের দিন তোমাদের বলেছিলাম, মনে করো যদি এটা অ্যাক্সিস হয়, আর্থের অ্যাক্সিসটা একটু ব্যাকা, এই ব্যাকার ওপরেই কিন্তু আর্থটা ঘুরছে, ইটস রোটেটিং। আর এইভাবে ঘুরতে ঘুরতেই ও নিজের রেভলিউশন কমপ্লিট করছে। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে অ্যাক্সিস চলে গেল। আর যেহেতু এটা টিল্ট, এটা একটু ব্যাকা, সো এটাকে বলা হয় অবলিকুইটি. দিস ইজ কল্ড অবলিকুইটি. আন্ডারস্টুড? টুডে we will start from parallels of latitudes. আমি তোমাদের এর আগের দিন বলেছিলাম latitudes are also called parallels. Clear? Now, lines aligned which are going or moving from east to west, সেটা হচ্ছে latitudes or parallels. And longitudes means lines যেগুলো north থেকে southের দিকে যাচ্ছে, which are moving from north towards south. Now you can ask me why they are not moving from south to north, because everything which is moving, that is downward, so it's counted from north to south, east to west. Now east to west is not downward, absolutely correct, but as because the earth is bit tilted, so line gulo kintu sorry straight যাবে না, এগুলো একটু বেঁকা যাবে, ওই জন্য east to west. The lines aligned east-west are known as parallels. They are also called lines of latitude or parallels of latitude. So, আমি যদি question করি, if there is a question, what is the other name of parallels? You will give the answer, parallels of latitude. Understand? They are parallels to equator. Now, if see page number 131, this is equator, the middle line, and when the parallels are going, they are going parallel to equator. Now what are parallel lines? You must have learned in maths, the lines which never intersect, যারা কখনো একজন আরেকজনের সঙ্গে ধাক্কা লাগে না বা কোয়েনসাইড করে না, সেটা হচ্ছে প্যারালালস। ক্লিয়ার? সো প্যারালালস or latitudes are the lines যেগুলো ইকুয়েটারে প্যারালালি মুভ করছে. They are also moving from east to west only. প্যারালালস মিনস কিন্তু ওয়েস্ট টু ইস্ট আসছে না, সেটা কিন্তু ভেবো না। দে আর মুভিং ফ্রম ইস্ট টু ওয়েস্ট only. Understood? The size goes on reducing till the last ring reduces to the point. অর্থটা কীরকম? It's like excessively vast in the middle, and যত it's going towards the north, it's composing. Because a ball is like what? It's big to small. So automatically when the lines are biggest in the equator, then gradually when it is going towards the north, নর্থের দিকে যখন যাচ্ছি তখন লাইনগুলো কিন্তু আমরা যেতে যেতেই লাইন করতে করতে এরকমভাবে আস্তে 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 কমে যাচ্ছে। আর যখন এক্সট্রিম নর্থের দিকে যাচ্ছি, when I am going to the extreme north side, the lines are becoming shortest line. Understood? Respectively, in horizontal or circular line passing halfway between the north pole and south pole is known as equator. Circular line, why? Because earth is round, so when a line is going, it's going like this, it's circulating, it's completing one circle. Did you understand? It is the largest of the circles, therefore it is called the great circle. It is called the great circle. It cuts the sphere, that is the earth, into two equal halves. If you take a ball, and then in my last class I have shown you, if you cut the ball from the middle, it will become two halves. One is the eastern zone, one is the northern zone and the southern zone. Equator is distributing the earth into two different halves. Upper is the northern half, lower is the southern half, and meridian is distributing two equal halves, that is the eastern half and the western half. Did you understand? Or you can say hemisphere, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Okay children? Okay. One thing you all have to keep in mind, these lines were not drawn on earth. In my last class I have already told you that these are the imaginary lines which were drawn on earth or globe, not earth actually, on globe, which were drawn on map, so that it becomes easy to calculate the distance of a place from equator. Okay, next comes, what are the characteristics of parallels or latitudes? Latitudes or parallels characteristics key. Number one, latitudes are always parallel to each other, they never coincide. Number two, a latitude of a place measures the distance of that place from north to south of equator, as because equator is dividing the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Each parallel latitude is a circular line. চারিদিক দিয়ে boundary হচ্ছে, that's why it's a circular line. The distance between two parallels or two latitudes are always equal. It's not that the line which is going nearby equator, it's far away, and the line which is going far away from equator, it's nearby the next to the parallel. No. If one parallel line is having say 5 inches gap, then the next parallel line which will be next after the second line of the equator will also have the 5 inches gap. Each and every parallel line will have the same distance between them. There is no difference in the distance between them or the space between them. Okay, the poles are just points and measures 90 degree north and 90 degree south. When I am circulating the two lines, two poles I am getting at the top, north pole and the low south pole. ঠিক আছে, this is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. Why it is 90 degree, that I have already explained in my last class. Now what are the basic or important parallel lines which we need to remember always? Number one is equator, 0 degree latitude. Number two, Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north or 23 degree 30 inches north. Either of the two you can write. Number 3, Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south or 23 degree 30 inches south. Number 4, Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north or 66 degrees 30 inches north. Number 5 and the last are the Antarctic Circle, which is 66.5 degree south or 66 degree 30 inches south. Okay, so these are the basic 5 very important parallel latitudes of Earth, which we always have to remember along with their degrees. Up till this, the points are clear. Now we are going to the next section, that is the zones, the heat zones of the Earth. যদি তুমি আর্থটাকে এরমভাবে ধরো তাহলে আর্থের বেসিক্যালি 3টে হিট জোনস আছে, ফ্রিজিড, টরিড, টেম্পারেট। অ্যাকচুয়ালি যদি সিঙ্ক্রোনাইজড ওয়েতে কাউন্ট করো, ইট কামস লাইক ফ্রিজিড, টেম্পারেট, torrid. Frigid is the zone which is the excessive northern side and southern side, that is the poles, the nearby area of the poles, that is the Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degree south, and Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north. Clear? These two are the zones which are called frigid zones. Why they are frigid zones? Because extreme north hawar jonno the sunlight doesn't fall there directly. Okay, it's falling slantingly. If this is a ball and this is the sun, well, it's very obvious the light will straightway fall on the equator, and the more you will go upside, it will go like this, slanting, তেরছা ভাবে পড়ছে। দ্যাটস ওয়াই ওখানে গরম কম। ইটস ফ্রিজিড, ইটস ফ্রিজড। ফ্রিজিড মিন্স ফ্রিজড, বরফে ঢাকা থাকে 12 মাস। ক্লিয়ার? So Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle are two frigid zones which are always the whole year they are covered with ice. ঠিক আছে, এটা হচ্ছে frigid zone। Next comes temperate zone. Temperate zones means the zone between the frigid zone and the zone nearby equator, তার মাঝখানে যে এরিয়াটা সেটা হচ্ছে temperate zone, which is not having too heat, too cold. It's moderate. It is moderate. Your picture is not given over here, otherwise I could have shown you. It's not given. Anyways, I'll send a picture. So temperate zone is the moderate zone. There neither too cold nor too heated. ঠিক আছে, বেশি গরম না বেশি ঠান্ডা না, ইটস আ মডারেট এরিয়া, যেটাকে যার জন্য টেম্পারেট জোন বলা হয়। নেক্সট অ্যান্ড লাস্ট ইজ দ্য টরিড জোন। টরিড জোন হচ্ছে নিয়ারবাই এরিয়া অফ দ্য ইকুয়েটর। যদি একটা বল আমরা নিই and we divide it like, let me show you one drawing. Wait, you can see this is the frigid zone. These two sides, this is north, this is south, এই দুটো সাইড হচ্ছে frigid. Next comes this middle part, this is the temperate, this side temperate and this side, north side and south side, both of them are having temperate zone, and this is the torrid zone. This middle line is the equator. Did you understand? তাহলে টোটাল আমাদের the zone which is divided in the northern side, the same zone is divided in the southern side also. It's not that it's only divided in the northern side. যে ডিভিশনটা নর্দার্ন সাইডে আছে সেম ডিভিশনটা সাউথ সাইডে আছে, তাহলে উই আর গেটিং টু জোনস, frigid zone, temperate zone, torrid zone. Clear? বোঝা গেল? Okay, so I have shown you the picture. Now it will be easy for you to understand. Next, meridians and longitudes. এতক্ষণ আমরা পড়লাম latitudes and parallels. Now we will go to another line which is running from northward to southward direction. এতক্ষণ আমরা পড়ছিলাম lines running from eastward to westward direction. Now we will read like northward to southward direction. जो lines north से south की तरफ आ रहा है, those are called longitudes. Why longitudes? Because they are long. Lomba. Okay, and their similar name is, synonym is meridians. Now, the word meridian is derived from Latin word meridianus, which means midday. The semicircles that run through the North Pole and South Pole cut the equator at right angles and are known as meridians, meaning noon. In 1884, by international agreement, the line passing through the Greenwich Observatory in London was given 0° value and named Greenwich Meridian or Prime Meridian. Clear? So Greenwich mean time, ওখান থেকেই আমরা ক্যালকুলেট করি কোন জায়গার বা কোন দেশের টাইমিংটা কী হবে. Why? Because Greenwich is the equator which is running from north to south. It has been calculated from the Greenwich Observatory which is situated in London. যেরকম equator which is running from east to west is the middle line, latitude. Similarly, meridian from north to south is the middle line, whose degree is 0°. Did you understand? There are total 180° meridians of longitude in each direction. 180° longitude is directly opposite to the prime meridian. The two together form a full circle around the earth and, like other two opposite meridians, measures 180°. Thus, again 10° longitude east, there will be 170° longitude west, and so on. These are the calculative parts. এই পার্টসগুলো এক্ষুনি তোমাদের আমি বোঝাচ্ছি না. Let the school open. In board, I'll make the calculations and make you understand. Okay, just keep in mind, just like latitudes, we are having longitudes which is running from north to south. They are having 0°, which has been calculated from Greenwich Observatory in London. They are the 0° longitudes. Understood? What are the main meridians or longitudes? Just like we had latitudes, similarly. What are the characteristics? Number one, they are the semicircles. They always run from north to south. Okay, North Pole to South Pole. They have a maximum distance decreases from equator towards the pole. Similarly, like latitudes were getting decreased towards the pole, similarly these longitudes are getting decreased towards the pole. Page number 134, lines of longitudes. The picture is given over here. If you study it out, you will understand how the lines are coming closer to the poles. Okay, they coverage at the poles. They are also covering the pole. Prime meridian in 0° and 180° are common to both the hemisphere. Like at the point it is 180° at the top, and at the low it is 0°. Understand? How do we calculate time through longitudes? This is, children, a matter of calculation. I will make another video on this calculation, how you will calculate, and I'll forward it very quickly along with this explanation. then you will understand. If I tell you verbally, মুখে মুখে যদি বলি তোমরা বুঝতে পারবে না, ঠিক আছে? I'll make another video, ক্যালকুলেশনের একটা ভিডিও বানিয়ে ব্যাক টু ব্যাক এই ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আমি তোমাদের পাঠিয়ে দেবো, ঠিক আছে? Skipping this part, we are shifting to locating places and finding time. Grid, very important thing. Grid, what is grid? Grid হচ্ছে longitudes and latitudes যখন coincide করছে, a point of coincidence is called grid. আবার বলছি, latitudes and longitudes, they are coinciding, a point of intersection কে বলা হচ্ছে grid. যখন আমরা কোনো জায়গাকে লোকেট করতে যাই, we calculate between the grids. So many longitudes and so many latitudes. How many times they are coinciding? Every point is the grid. Understand? Local time, standard time. This is also the matter of calculation that will be given in that video. So skipping that part also. This is the part which I need to make another video and send you back along with this explanation. So today what we have learned, we learned about the latitudes, characteristics of latitudes, how many parallels of latitudes are there, how many zones are there, which zone is named what and for what reason, and what is longitude, how many types of longitudes, characteristics of longitudes. The part which we skipped out is the calculative part. This is basically the chapter of longitudes and latitudes. One thing you need to learn is page number 134. There is a difference given between parallels and meridians. You have to learn it for your forthcoming examination. Did you understand? Now, 3 zones, as I have already told you: frigid zone, temperate zone, and torrid zone. Frigid means it is always covered up with ice. Freeze. Temperate, having moderate temperature, and torrid is having excessive heat. প্রচণ্ড গরম ওই এরিয়াতে, because it is the nearby area of equator. If you follow up the diagram which I have shown you just now, you will understand why I am telling what. You see, torrid zone ta dekho, this is the equator. These 2 areas are torrid zone. That is, এরা ইকুয়েটরের একদম কাছে, ওই জন্য এখানে এক্সেসিভ গরম, ট্রিমেন্ডাস হিট. These 2 are the temperate zone. এই যে টেম্পারেট জোন, ইকুয়েটর থেকে একটু দূরে, so moderate temperature. And these 2 are the frigid zones. এই দেখো frigid, because always these 2 poles are covered up with ice. Okay children, so here ends lesson 2 of your geography, which is there in your first unit test. Calculations of video of calculation will be following it very soon. Okay, please go through the video, try to understand the part. If you have any doubts, drop a message in my WhatsApp. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Bye bye.